Peace and love. This is D'Angelo McKinney coming at you with another video, another day of our daily strength for daily needs. I want to once again just say peace and love, and I hope that your day has been going great. As you know, this is all about daily help from Jesus, daily help from the life, the truth, and the way. And so without further ado, let's get right into it and get this next day off to a great start. Or reignite your flame for the day, so to speak. Let's see what we got. So our first one comes out of 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 15. It says, "Thy servants are ready to do whatsoever my Lord the King shall appoint." That makes me think about us and Christ being our King and how we should be ready to do whatever it is that he wants us to do, right? Here's another one. It says, "I love to think that God appoints my portion day by day. Events of life are in his hand. And I would only say, appoint them in thine own good time and in thine own best way." That's A.L. Waring. Not sure who that guy is either. I'll look some of these guys up. And then our third quote comes from, it says, "If we are really and always and equally ready to do whatsoever the King appoints, all the trials and vexations arising from any change in his appointments, great or small, simply do not exist." That made me think about this walk that we have in the truth. As long as we're loving God with all our mind, heart, body, and soul, as long as we're treating our neighbor as ourselves and keeping the whole duty of the law, which is fearing God and keeping his commandments, right? Loving God with all your mind, heart, body, and soul, and treating your neighbor as yourself, all of the laws hang on those two. That's what Christ said. He said everything hangs on those two. But I thought about that. If we focus on those things, then no matter what happens to you, you shouldn't be worried. You know, any vexations, as F.R. Havergal is saying here, any vexations or trials that we go through, they shouldn't even exist. No matter how great or small, they simply do not exist. Let's keep reading. "If he appoints me to work there, shall I lament that I am not to work here?" So if you have a job and, you've come to the conclusion that you like that job, and then you get on that job and, it's just miserable for you, the fact that it's bringing you in income should be enough for you to be able to sustain yourself until you move to the next level. We shouldn't get a job and then dread it. No. Make it all that it can be, right? I know about it because I've worked plenty of jobs, and I'm working one now even as I move forward with business and things of that sort. But the reality is, if he appoints me to work there, shall I lament that I'm not to work here? If he appoints me to wait indoors today, am I to be annoyed because I am not to work outdoors? If I am meant to write his messages this morning, shall I grumble because he sends interrupting visitors, rich or poor, to who I am to speak them, or show kindness for his sake, or at least obey his command? Be courteous. If all my members are really at his disposal, why should I be put out if today's appointments is some simple work for my hands or errands for my feet, instead of some seemingly more important doing of head or tongue? These daily strength for daily needs, it seems like they have an old school way of writing, but we still want to bring it to a modern day. And as I said, if you're really and always and equally ready to do whatsoever Christ says, right? Which is be a light to the world and be salt to the earth, add that flavor. If we're truly always and equally ready to do whatever the King appoints, then we love him. We love the Father with all our mind, heart, body, and soul. And we treat our neighbors the same, then nothing that comes your way should bother you, because obviously it's happening for your good have to keep that mindset. All things work out for the good of those who love God. And then, secondly, you have no issues because you're doing the will of God. So no matter what happens to you, no matter who comes your way, you're okay. And this daily help from Jesus is just to encourage you to always be ready to do what the King desires, for his pleasure is your pleasure. His desire is to be your desire, our desire. And so with that said, I just want to say peace and love again. Like, comment, and share. I'm going through these, daily with you. And if you have any concerns, any needs, please don't hesitate to reach out. This has been D'Angelo McKinney, God's Income Specialist, saying peace and love. I'll say it all day, every day.